My name is Anna. I'm 35 years old and live in Seattle, Washington. I was married to my husband Michael for 9 years. We have 2 beautiful kids, a 7-year-old daughter and a 4-year-old son. On the outside, we looked like the perfect family. We had steady jobs, a cozy home in a quiet neighborhood, and smiling photos on every wall. But behind those smiles was a truth I never imagined I would face. It all started changing about a year ago. Michael, who had always been loving, attentive, and consistent, began acting different. At first, it was subtle: late nights at the office, more time on his phone, setting it to silent more often. He stopped sharing little details about his day. When I asked, he brushed it off with work stuff or just tired. I tried to trust him, I really did, but deep down I could feel something was off. One fall afternoon, while Michael was at work and the kids were playing in the yard, I decided to clean his home office. I thought it might be a nice surprise, something thoughtful. While organizing his desk drawer, I came across a small black box tucked away in the back. It wasn't locked. Inside was an old phone, not the one he normally used. I hesitated. My heart was pounding. And then I opened it. What I found shattered me. Text after text between Michael and a woman named Emily. Sweet words, intimate plans, hotel reservations, even "I miss you" and "last night was perfect." Things he hadn't said to me in years. I felt numb. My knees went weak. It was like my entire world, the one I thought was real, had just been ripped away. But I didn't scream. I didn't call him. I just sat there, in silence, trying to process what I had just seen. I kept quiet for a few days, watching him, studying his behavior. Part of me hoped I was wrong, but the evidence was undeniable, and the silence between us only grew heavier. Finally, one night after the kids were asleep, I asked him directly, "Are you seeing someone else?" He froze. His eyes dropped, and then he nodded. He said it was a mistake, that he never meant to hurt me, that it just happened. But no excuse could undo what he had done. The betrayal had already buried itself deep inside my heart. I cried for days. I felt broken, ashamed, confused. I kept asking myself, was I not enough? Did I miss something? Was it my fault? But then something inside me shifted. I realized I didn't deserve this. I deserved honesty, respect, and peace, and I wasn't going to let his mistake define who I was. I reached out to a therapist. I joined a local support group for women who had gone through infidelity. I started journaling every day, even if it was just to write, "I made it through today." Michael and I tried couples therapy. We tried to rebuild, for the sake of our kids, for the life we once had. Some days felt hopeful, others felt hopeless. In the end, we chose to separate. It wasn't an easy decision, but it was the right one. Now, a year later, I can say this: I'm not the same woman I was before. I'm stronger, wiser, and more connected to myself than I've ever been. I've learned that betrayal doesn't have to break you. It can wake you up. So if you're listening to this and going through something similar, please hear me when I say, you're not alone. You are not to blame, and you will survive this. Healing doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen. One deep breath, one small choice, one brave day at a time. Thank you for listening to my story. If it touched you, please share it. Someone out there may need it more than you know. And don't forget to subscribe for more real stories like this, stories of heartbreak, healing, and hope.